If it continues on the current track, from a flooding perspective, this could be a 100-year event. We've been preparing for this since Monday. The latest tracking tells us that this is going to become more serious than less. We've moved to an extreme rating from the National Weather Service in terms of the impact on New Jersey, and the current tracking is going to lead to, if it continues, a serious, significant event in the state. The Emergency Operations Center has been activated. We've been preparing, as I said, department coordination, the State Police, the National Guard, Homeland Security and Preparedness, the DEP, Department of Transportation, and Human Services. I signed a declaration of a state of emergency already in anticipation of what's going to be happening. That will allow General Reith to begin to deploy National Guard resources throughout the state immediately, and he is begun to execute on those orders which I just signed. The state OEM is coordinating with every county, all 21, as they mobilize preparations at the county and local level. And this is very important to emphasize for local elected officials and for county officials. Any request for any assistance must come through from the local to the county up to the state OEM. We will not be dealing with individual requests to the National Guard or others from localities. They have to go through the coordinated system. That's the only way for us to be able to assess and evaluate the relative need of the various requests, and to be able to get a handle on what's going on throughout the state on a real-time basis throughout all 21 counties. Anyone who has shore rentals or who are planning to go to the shore this weekend, do not go. If your rental starts on Saturday or Sunday, do not go. As the Colonel said, we are anticipating this to hit on Saturday night, and as a result, we won't know well into Monday what the level of potential damage is in those areas, both to property and to any life that would be out there. And so we do not want folks going to the shore this weekend, and we're urging them not to do it. As we monitor the storm, it's very likely that we'll close off all access to the barrier islands sometime on Saturday, once we've had the opportunity to have as many folks as can leave to leave. And we're going to continue to monitor this. Right now, I'm asking people to do this voluntarily. I am actively considering a mandatory evacuation, but I'm not there yet. If I am, I'll be coming back out before you to order a mandatory evacuation. But certainly the executive order I just signed and the general powers of the governorship permit me to do that at any time, and if I believe it's necessary, I'll do so. The good news about this is that we have enough time to be prepared. And so people need to utilize the time over the next 24 to 36 hours in an efficient, effective way. Do not leave things until the last minute. Get ready now for what will be coming on Saturday. Local officials out there, mayors, council people, freeholders, county executives, should be notifying their communities about where shelters are available. Use all the resources that you have at the local and county level to get that information out there as to where shelters will be available for those folks who need it. We've been coordinating with the Red Cross and the Salvation Army and the State Food Bank to ensure access to food and water and shelter all across the state. Homeland Security and Preparedness has been working on just such preparations for warehousing, for food and water in a centralized place in the state. There is going to be some significant chance of flooding if we get the type of rainfall that's being at least predicted now by tracking. So people who are in the areas that are prone to flooding and the local officials in those areas need to be prepared and start working now to interact with their county OEMs and the state OEM to be able to be prepared for what's going to happen there as well. And for anybody, whether you're in a low-lying area that floods or you're anyplace else in the state, there's probably no part of the state, if the storm continues to track the way it is, that won't be affected by this.